Hi, we're WISER Systems. I'm Seth Hollar, CEO, and today we have Graham Medlin, Dr. Graham Medlin. Graham, why are we here today?
So I wanted to explain how flexible the WISER system is because of its network connection to the server. A lot of folks run the system entirely on-prem through their local network. If you're like a defense contractor, you might even run it on a completely isolated network. But you can also get uh, more advanced than that. Run parts of it in the cloud or parts of it off-site. So in front of me, I have the diagram that Logan always shows, where here in the middle is our Wiser server. It connects over a network to the hardware that does the actual tracking, and it connects over a network connection to the users, whether that's the Wiser app on a smartphone or a ERP system integration through the API. But so important, those network connections here and here, they can be local connections, but they can also be over the internet or through a VPN. So, if you're a large company, you probably already have a VPN connecting your offsite users to the main site or different sites together. But if you're a smaller or medium-sized company, you may not. So I wanted to show how we use Tailscale, which is similar to a VPN, to do the same kind of thing. And we'll work up to a demo here where, Seth, you and I are on Teams now because we're at different locations. I'm at my house, you're at the office. This hardware mesh, this is at my house. We'll have you run a server there on your computer at the office, and then with my phone over the cell network, I'll connect back to that server, and it would all work just as if it were all on site. That's the goal.
So, in essence, you can effectively run a secure connection at two different places, alternate, different than having to set up a VPN. Is that right? This is kind of the easy way to set up a secure connection without going through the more complicated steps of setting up a VPN. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, Tailscale is a lot like a VPN in many ways. We just find it's much easier to get going out of the box. The sort of technical difference is that a VPN runs on a server somewhere, and connections, authentication, whatever is managed by that server. Tailscale is a service that runs on the WireGuard protocol that manages keys for you. So you'll log in with a login provider like Gmail or Microsoft or your company's provider, and it just manages that for you. The other big difference is there's no server. It's all point to point. Here at Wiser we like meshes, right? So it's a mesh connection. Any computer in that network can attach to any other computer in that network.
Great. So if you have as someone running, for example, a Wiser instance, you may have the hardware at your plant or facility, but your server might be running on AWS and can run Tailscale as a means to providing a secure communication or portal between the two.
Exactly. Yeah, and if you're if someone on their cell phone wants to connect, you don't want to have that AWS server open to the internet, right? You want to provide a secure way to connect to it that's not public. And Tailscale will do that too.
Great. I'm ready to get started. So, as a means of explanation, I have not installed Tailscale before, so I will go through the steps that Graham tells me to go through, and I'll go ahead and install it and set up a connection to Graham's local Wiser network and show how the server can run remotely. Is that what we're going to do?
That's exactly what we're going to do. Uh, Tailscale, by the way, has a great website and great documentation. It is free for like personal use, but they offer paid plans, um, for managing lots of users with different logins and different connections and site. But we'll use just the free version to get started. There's a get started button here. I'm already logged in, so it's not going to work, but it's probably easier to go to Docs, and it'll take you to a quick start. And because we already have an account we're going to use, you can skip that get started and just go to the download and install. And I should mention another advantage of Tailscale is that it runs on everything. even an Apple TV apparently.
We are not getting any paid for advertising Tailscale. We just think it's a good product for this purpose. They should definitely be paying us, but in any case.
Yeah, yeah, we're big fans. Just because it's easy to set up and very flexible in the ways you can use it. We'll go through some of those during this call.
So I'm going through the process of installing ta Tailscale, went to the website, downloaded the installation, and I'm just getting started. Okay, I am in. I have this listing of all the computers that we have going on. Graham Pixel 10, Graham laptop, AWS, Andy laptop, PSAS, PSAS, oh,
That is Pi
PSAS
SAS.
cat tracker?
Yeah,
What? Pi SAS track cat tracker, got it.
yeah. It's a Raspberry Pi. So now if I look at the admin console, I see Thundercracker there logged in. So you're now
Yes.
on our Tailscale network. There's another step here though. The If I bring back the system topology, uh, I have the mesh hub here at my house, but the mesh hub is an embedded device. It's not actually capable of running Tailscale. So we'll need
Right,
something else on my network that can run Tailscale. Now my router
right.
is technically capable of doing this, but I think it's more fun to use a Raspberry Pi. So I don't know if you can see on my camera, I have here a PoE powered Raspberry Pi, and all it's doing is running a Tailscale or service that you can connect to. I do need to add it to the network though. Let's see. So I'll bring up a terminal here, SSH into it. So through the console interface, it's a CLI type in commands kind of thing. So if I say login, it's going to give me a unique link. I could send this to you if it was offsite, but I'm already logged in, so I will go ahead and log in. Is that now that Pi is connected to the network? If I go back to the admin console now, we're up to 8 machines, and down here at the bottom is that Tailscale Pi. So it's now on the network as well. If you go to your system tray and click on the Tailscale icon, and what is it called? Network devices, you should see my Tailscale Pi there as well.
Yes.
Awesome. So you can now connect to that Pi. You can SSH into it. So why don't you do that? And I'll show you there's one more step we have to do. Oh, Putty. I haven't seen Putty in ages.
I know, I'm ancient. So what's the IP address? Or is it Tailscale Pi?
So this is another great thing about Tailscale is it runs a DNS server. And so it will keep track of all of the domain names of all of your devices. So here in the admin console, as you see, Pi SAS or Graham Laptop, all of those work. So I can connect to Graham Laptop from anywhere on this network. So you should be able to just SSH into WISER at Tailscale Pi.
There we go.
Awesome. So you
I'm
should be able to
in.
type in Tailscale status.
2 words?
Yes. And it shows you the same thing the admin console will do.
Got it.
So you're now connected to this Tailscale Raspberry Pi on my network. But like we said, it can't connect to the mesh hub just yet. It has no access to the rest of the network. Tailscale is very much a secure by default design, so they really want you to enable things as opposed to disabling them. So the one extra step here is we have to give it access to the rest of my network. Sudo tailscale set, and we're going to advertise routes. And my network is 192.168.0.1 or 00/24. You could limit this to only the right IPs, but I'm just going to give you my whole subnet just to make it easy. All right, so that's that. If I go back over to the admin console, it's going to be it's going to tell me there's unapproved routes. So by default, it won't allow me to do this. I need to go to edit route settings and approve this network.
So are you doing it on your side through the Tailscale login interface?
Correct, through the admin console here in the Tailscale browser, or in the browser, the Tailscale
Right.
admin console. Okay, so if I look in the admin console now, you'll see that Tailscale Pi is advertising subnet routes. And advertising 192.168.0.0 and the whole network. So if in your terminal now, you should be able to ping my mesh hub. So it is at, it unfortunately does not have a magic DNS name, but you can ping 192.168.0.21.
Oh, and look at that.
So you can now access my mesh hub. I'm going to send you my config file for the server. And I'll show you this because it's kind of cool. Another thing you can do with Tailscale is send files, which is, somehow modern day and age, sending files to isolated computers is still a very hard thing to do. So if it's on the Tailscale network, you can send files. So I'm going to click here on my license file, send with Tailscale, and I'll send it to Thundercracker. I'm going to send you my config file as well. So I'll right click on it and say send with Tailscale.
Okay.
And then it's ready to send one file, and I can send it to Thundercracker here.
And do I get a pop-up?
Where does it put them by default? Good question. Okay, it says files received by Windows are placed in the C users username downloads directory.
Oh, downloads. Look at that. And you sent both of them.
Can you see them?
Yep. I got them. I
Piece of
copied them
cake.
over. So I have started WISER. I will open up the sole config file here. Does this look right?
Yeah.
And let's look at the mesh hub list. That's the same one we did before. 192.168.0.21.
That's it.
Is that right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. And so if all goes well, I should be able to check the arena view health, and it should start populating.
I mean, most people would just hit the tracking button, but if you're fancy, yeah.
Let's refresh that. This might not be a slam dunk yet. So I think something is hanging here.
I can try real fast to see if it finds it, but you can ping it, so it is definitely there.
I can ping it from the SSH. I didn't try pinging it from Thundercracker itself. So I'm not able to ping it from Thundercracker.
I think it's some subnet thing. I didn't realize you pinged it from the Pi. Of course that works. So I didn't get the subnet thing right. On Windows, you can just advertise the route with this command, but on Linux, there's a few additional commands which you can just copy from their quick start guide for forwarding IP addresses. So you were connected to that Tailscale Pi, but it wasn't forwarding to the rest of my network. You should at this point be able to ping the mesh hub from your computer.
So why don't we just do that? I'm opening a command prompt ping 192 dot, what was the rest of the IP address?
168
168.0 or
0
dot
dot
22?
21.
21.
21. Yep.
Okay.
So there you
And
are.
so, yes.
So now
And
you should be able to run the Wiser server as if it were local to your network.
and so here we are.
Yep,
I
that's my
always,
house.
that's Graham's house. And this is the health screen, and it shows all the antennas online along with the adapter, which means that the gateway is online as well. So I'm going to close that, and all I have to do is start running it, correct?
Yeah, should track. So I track my dogs. The cats don't have collars at the moment. Um, Keys, a couple other items you see pop up. I don't have a lot of work in progress to track in my house, but there's a few things.
Right.
Awesome.
Oh, wow, you
So
have a lot of things going on here.
there's 6 or 7. Yeah, I think uh, if you switch to all IDs, I think you'll see the dog in the kitchen.
There we go.
Oh yes, looks like the Jill the dog and my keys are in the dining room.
Nice.
Okay,
So
so
go ahead.
server is now running on your machine, connected over Tailscale to my home network. But anyone else in the Tailscale network can also uh, connect to this server. So now I want to, my phone is on the cellular network. I have Wi-Fi came back on, and I should be able to connect to this server from off-site. So bear with me a moment. I'm going to start the screen recording.
Before you do, I need to make sure the rest is enabled. Is that correct?
It should have already been configured from my setup. You can double check. I saw
But
the I
I
saw the
need
check
to
mark.
I need to put in the IP address of my own
You should
computer.
not need to.
Oh, really?
No, give it a shot without, but I don't think so. Um, I know this is riveting to
I
watch.
know. Do you want me to stop sharing? But we can't see your screen on your phone anyways. Are you running it on your phone or on the?
Yes, and I'll record the screen. So Wiser Tracker, um, and because Tailscale manages uh, the DNS, I don't have to know your IP. I can just enter that Thundercracker DNS name. Oh, and look, I mean, you can't see. I'll show you the screen later, but uh,
Well, you can
with
turn
the
it
Wiser
around.
app, I am up and tracking.
Oh, so I didn't have to put the IP address in.
All right, so that's it. That was the demo.
Well, that's great. Um, so just to summarize, the goal here is to show how you can use Tailscale with Wiser for remote hosting as a secure network connection. This is obviously a little bit of a technical conversation that we've had. And so it does require a little bit of IT knowledge to get going. And most certainly, you do not have to know this yourself. You can certainly work with Wiser, and they can set this up for you as well, or they can set it up to run on Wiser's own cloud-based interface as well. But we thought from an engineering perspective, this would be kind of a fun thing for people to learn about if they wanted to get it set up on their own. Is there anything that you wanted to add on top of that, Grant?
No, I think that's exactly it. I guess I'll add because Tailscale is a mesh, it's just more flexible, um, so you can make connections whichever way you need to make it work for your particular setup.
If you have questions or you want to reach out, please go on the website. We have a form you fill out, or you can send us an email or give us a call. Happy to engage and have further in-depth conversations. Until that time, we appreciate it. We look forward to doing more of these. Take care, everyone.